Good morning and welcome to Daily Devotions with Pastor Joe. I'm Pastor Joe, and for this morning we're going to continue in the life of Elisha in 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 8 through 23, where we're looking at this very famous story, which is very well known, though only part of it is well known. And we'll get to that very shortly. But first, I'd like to encourage you to leave a like on this video. Leave a comment down below if you have anything you would feel you could add to this discussion of this story. Share this video with friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you're new. 2 Kings 6:8 says, Then the king of Syria warred against Israel, and took counsel with his servants, saying, In such and such a place shall be my camp. And the man of God sent unto the king of Israel, saying, Beware that thou pass not such a place, for thither the Syrians are come down. And the king of Israel sent to the place which the man of God told him and warned him of, and saved himself there, not once, nor twice. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing, and he called his servants and said unto them, Will ye not shew me which of us is for the king of Israel? And so right here, basically the king of Syria was warring against Israel, and they took counsel, and they were talking about what they were going to do, how they were going to attack. And Elisha was told by God to go to the king of Israel and to tell him, be careful not to go to such a place, the same exact place. The king of Israel sent to that place which the man of God told him and warned him of, and saved himself there not once or twice. So on multiple occasions this has happened, where Elisha has warned the king of Israel that, the king of Syria is coming after you, go and beat him. Be careful not to go there yourself and get caught or killed. And so the king of Syria, his heart is troubled for this thing. He's very saddened and sorrowful and thinking to himself, oh my, what on earth is going on that I've got to have somebody who in my camps is a spy, a mole, a traitor, who is telling Israel what my plans are. Which one of you is it? So he comes up in this board meeting with them and says, look, we got beat here after I counseled with you, and I'm getting sick of it. What on earth, which one of you is the traitor? Verse 12, And one of his servants said, None, my lord, O king, but Elisha the prophet that is in Israel telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. Oh, to think in that moment his heart must have sank when he realized God was listening to every word he said and was whispering it to Elisha, the man of God. And he said, Go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, Behold, he's in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. They surrounded Dothan in the middle of the night. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early, so whoever his servant was at this time, and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? Or in other words, how are we ever going to get out of this? There's no way. We are trapped. We're doomed. And this is a man who had to have been with Elisha for at least some time, trusted by Elisha to be his close friend, companion, and servant, most likely in the same position Elisha had been with Elijah. He was training under Elisha, perhaps to replace Elisha one day. And he, Elisha, answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. There's more with us than be with them. We're on the winning side, he said. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. In verse 19, And Elisha said unto them, This is not the way, neither is this the city. Follow me, I will bring you to the man whom ye seek. But he led them to Samaria. And it came to pass, when they were come into Samaria, that Elisha said, Lord, open the eyes of these men, that they may see. So during this time, Elisha is saying, Elisha asks God just to strike them blind so I can have a little fun with them. And he finds the captain in the group as they're all wandering around with their eyes closed, unable to find the door perhaps. And he says, "Oh, no, you've come to the wrong place. This isn't who you want to see." And he leads him to Samaria and says, "Lord, open their eyes." And the Lord opened their eyes, and they saw, and behold, they were in the midst of Samaria. And the king of Israel said unto Elisha when he saw them, "My father, shall I smite them? Shall I smite them?" And he answered, "Thou shalt not smite them. Wouldst thou smite those whom thou hast taken captive with thy sword and with thy bow? Set bread and water before them, that they may eat and drink, and go to their master." And he prepared great provision for them, and when they had eaten and drunk, he sent them away. And they went to their master. So the bands of Syria came no more into the land of Israel. They realized who they dealt with. They realized that they were dealing with the God of Israel still, and that he wasn't going to deal with their petty wickedness and trying to fight against his work. They thought that they could take out the man of God, and that would stop God's working that was being done on Israel's behalf, but they were completely wrong, and God protected Elisha. There are more times in our lives than we realize where it seems like something is going on that could easily discourage us or easily cause us to think that we're going to lose, that we're going to fail in our work for the Lord. But in those moments, if we would just ask God, "Lord, open our eyes and help us to see what we're going through, why we're going through it," or something to that effect, we could in very many cases see that God is doing some miraculous work in the background to keep his hand upon us, to keep us safe and secure, and to in some way bring victory in our lives. And if we just put our trust and our faith in him more, I believe we would have more of these kind of moments in our lives where God just works a miraculous outpouring into our lives of something great for us. So with the whole story summarized, basically Syria was warring against Israel. Syria planned to attack. God talked to Elisha and told him where the attack was coming. He told the king of Israel. The king of Syria thought he had a spy in his midst. And when they told him it was Elisha, they went to Dothan, to the city of Elisha, surrounded his very house. And the servant of Elisha said, "We can't do this. How shall we do this?" Elisha said, "Don't be afraid. There's more with us than be with them." And one thing I can say more than anything is if we've got God with us, there's more with us than ever be with them, the rest of the world. God against the entire world is an unfair match for the world. It really is. It's impossible for the world to stand up and defeat the Lord. So trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge him. He will direct your paths. Have a great day in the Lord today. Hopefully you've had a great week, and if not, I hope that the days ahead are better than the days behind. Knowing that Sunday's a-coming, another day to be refreshed and filled with the Lord and with knowledge and wisdom about him, hopefully. You'll get into church on Sunday and get some of that good, wholesome Bible study in. And I just hope you have a great day in the Lord. God bless. Love you guys. See you later on another Daily Devotions with Pastor Joe.